I was always trying to go over the horizon. Over the horizon, you don't know what's there. So you're constantly trying to go beyond. And that's how I approached the guitar songwriting and the riffing and the improvisation. It was the fact of having this wonderful group of master musicians together so that then I could just fly. Certainly as far as changing the mood and the vibe and the influences of music as well, like Indian and Arabic and rockabilly and classical, etc., etc., etc. You name it. If it had 6 strings there, I was listening as a kid, and then right now as an adult. So when I was doing the 4th album with Stairway to Heaven, I knew exactly how I wanted to build and layer the actual track, opening up with this really fragile guitar and then building and building and building with the overdubs. Then there's also the solo, of course. So you're going from acoustic 6-string to electric 6-string to 12 strings. I was not thinking for one moment, how am I going to be able to do this on set? I was just really making this thing into a complete piece as far as the guitar orchestration was concerned. Then it did come to the point where the album was eventually going to come out. I thought, how am I going to tackle this? And I was thinking about maybe trying to swap guitars, and then I went, I know, let's see whether we can get a double neck, because if I get a 6-string neck and a 12-string neck, I'll be able to cover everything. The song demanded the guitar. It's that sort of thing that's rolling on. So I just put it on and it was sort of there to stay after that. User-friendly for me. Certainly in the context of Stairway to Heaven. When I first had it out, the 4th album comes out in 1971, and the first concert where it actually makes an appearance, only for the one number, is in Belfast. And that's the first appearance of it, the so-called like unveiling of it, if you like. I wanted to incorporate the fact that I had 2 necks, then I would add more songs to relate to it. So I would do Song Remains the Same on the 12-string neck, and then do a swap to the 6-string neck to do Rain Song, which is the exact order of what it is on the Houses of the Holy album. So I could really recreate that. I wouldn't have been able to do that without this. Thing was, as I had it, I really utilised it into the set. But if I utilise it into the set as opposed to one number, you're going to make sure that you have photographs done of it. So basically there would be coverage of me playing it, and then people would go, well, what is that and how does he use that? And I thought, well, I'm going to show them what it is and what you can do with it. November of 2023, it was the induction that I was really proud to do for Link Gray into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Obviously it came to the point where I had the chance to actually induct him with the rumble. So I thought, well, you know, it's done on the 6-string, and I'm thinking, what am I going to use? And I thought, what about the double neck? But what about doing it on the 12-string? Well, I went out there with the double neck on, and then, well, it was just great. It was a great evening. So I was really proud to be able to induct Link Gray into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but more so that he had his son and his daughter there as well. So it was win-win-win for me, and there you go, baby, you did it. I'd heard what the idea of the future was going to be some years back from Cesar, but I had no idea just how actually he'd manifested that. The size of the operation and Tom Murphy's lab. We'd spoken in the very early days of me meeting him about having this sort of really, really good playable instruments which people can really be able to play and come on with. And then, you know, one hopes that they'll upgrade along the way, pretty much like I did as a kid. Or for me to actually have contact, first of all with the instruments and what was being made, but actually it's the people who are also working there as a massive team of people. Well, what I can tell is the spirit of the place and the whole operation of it. Going around the factories and the Murphy lab and all of that, and meeting the people and, you know, getting a real connection, and just realising that all the way through, all of these sort of moves that I made, like playing a Les Paul and the twin neck, double neck, making a big deal about that, was certainly the right decision. Gibsons have really and I have put in a lot of time and a lot of meetings. This has been going on over a good period of time to make sure all different details about it, that they were to arrive at a clone of my number one, as opposed to something that's sort of roughly like it. No, this is an absolute clone. We were doing colour matchings and all that, and all the fittings to it, and the slight sort of distressing and all of these things. So when I go in the room and see it, looks like absolutely the same. It's admirable what Gibsons have done. I've just played a number of them, all in a row, and the consistency between them is extraordinary. A lot of time went into it, and I was really picky about it. It deserved that amount of me giving all the tips and etc. about what it was, so that we know that we would have a real serious clone of it. People will sort of fall in love with it like I did. I knew if we did this, I'd really want to do it what I would consider to be properly. Oh my goodness. Brilliant. Okay, what I did, I signed them. Each of them has had like a certain Zeppelin riff that's been played on it, or all manner of things. But so it's got a bit of my DNA in it. Not only that, I got 50 picks to go with 50 guitars. So each guitar that had this sort of energy that's gone into it also gets a pick that I played. I'd say, has anyone ever done this before? No, and that's what I like to hear, because then I think, well, yeah, I'm on a roll on this. Seeing 50 double necks is pretty extraordinary. I've got to say that, because that's really some achievement for all of us, Gibson and myself, all of us to have achieved and had a germ of an idea and then manifested it. And it was really extra special to be able to sort of play these and give it a little bit of DNA. Yeah, we've arrived at something that's really special here.